Today I have a new video for you guys because Mykie is finally responding to Spankie's video where Spankie called her out on all these things, calling her anti-LGBT, calling her out for being insensitive towards race, and really calling her out for her white privilege. If you guys don't know who Lauren, aka Mykie, aka glam&gore is, she is a YouTuber with 4 million subscribers on YouTube, and she was Spankie's friend, but they are no longer friends anymore. I think that's pretty clear and pretty evident. Yesterday, Swoop, aka Spankie, really went in on Mykie, and she showed some screenshots that were actually offensive towards me. Like, I am, LGBT, and I actually have been a fan of Mykie's for some time. I don't want that to be twisted, because I have been a fan of hers. Like, I watched her collabs with people. Is she, like, my number one? Not at all. But, like, I've appreciated her content, and honestly, she seems like an angel on camera. So when I saw these messages and saw how she really felt about James Charles, Jeffree Star, it really opened my eyes to maybe the possibility that she's not who she has been portraying online. But today I want to give her a fair shot and read her apology and her, her statement, her side of the story to you guys so we can really evaluate on how we feel. Just a reminder again, there were text messages about her, downplaying LGBT struggles, minority struggles, pretty much talking about how she isn't popular on YouTube because she's a generic white girl and that YouTube only pushes people who are minorities. She continues to talk about her own perspective, and this all started because her friend Spankie reached out to her because she was depressed with some things and wanted to talk to her. So all very unfortunate to happen after a friend reaches out for help, Okay, so let's read Mykie's responses to the video. And I do want to show you guys this candle. Don't judge. I literally made this candle. It looks like dessert too. I made this candle yesterday. It was the first time I've ever made a candle. And look at it. It's so cool. It's a soy candle. It's fragranced with honeysuckle, fragrance oil, and lemon essential oil. And I also put some potpourri or whatever it's called inside there, some dried things. But yeah, I've never made a candle until yesterday, and it was really cool. So you never have, it's not that hard, so give it a shot. Anyways, now let's go ahead and look at these messages because I, for one, haven't even really dug into them. Like, I briefly scanned, but now I want to really just read them, pick it apart, talk about my feelings, and also see what you guys think about this apology. We're not going to rush through it. We're not going to pull out the headlines. We're going to read it all. So she starts off saying, "I'm sorry for my behavior in years past, and I should have said this sooner. I ignorantly, selfishly." Watch, we're not gonna be able to read today. Hold up. Refuel. I've been so dehydrated, guys, lately. I don't know if you have been. I don't know if it's the weather changes, but take a sip of water. There is your reminder. Selfishly, truly, have not understood, nor did I take the time to listen about others' hardships when I was so consumed and angered with my own problems. I equated things that are not equatable. I've said a lot of things I regret, and that I feel like don't reflect who I am today. Sounds very Jeffree Star. Jeffree Star loves to say, that's the old Jeffree, honey. Not, again, not trying to come from Mykie. I'm just reading her apology because I want to know, how do you feel about LGBT people now that this has been revealed? I am ashamed of jokes I've made in the past that I excused as edgy humor. Ooh, very much Jeffree Star. I'm ashamed at times I've been incredibly tone deaf and excuse that, even in my past apologies, by my well-meaning intentions. United, okay. If I'm missing the mark, good intentions or not, I'm missing the mark and should have been listening. And some things weren't simply the mark. They should have been plain wrong. Rihanna mentioned in Bru's tutorial, which you guys know, Mykie has done a few tutorials that have been really insensitive in the past. She does glam and gore, but sometimes she's talking about very gory, insensitive things, and it does come off a little bit tone deaf. It's kind of give them their moment. Okay. In truth, I just wanted them to go away because the thought of addressing it seems out of nowhere, seemingly nowhere. Oh my gosh, back up. I've been afraid of being condemned for my past actions forever. I have changed a lot in the past 2 years. What happened to my static? Why is my static gone? No, guys, that's not allowed. This is what the struggle is with doing YouTube videos live. It's how does that just disappear? Okay, anyways. Um, there we are. Wow, we are having a lot of technical difficulties. Thank you, Amanda Pants, for your donation, and thank you guys for staying with me and hanging in there. I have been afraid of being condemned for my past actions forever. I have been afraid of being I have changed a lot in the past 2 years, and I am so ashamed of who I used to be, how self absorbed I was, the way I used to direct my own insecurities onto other people, the way I've been so defensive, the way I refuse to listen, but you are owned an apology, and I have been too coward to say it. It took me the last year that very few people in my life know about to start to open up to basics. I should have and wished I had opened a long time ago beforehand, whatever. I think that she's pretty much talking about some type of internal or whatever struggle she's had with herself for some time. Kind of sounds like she's trying to hint at the fact that maybe she is better now and has become a better person. It seems a little bit like this is very general. I want like some direct, like, what can you talk about what Spankie brought up directly? I don't know. I think she will because we've got like several screenshots here, but maybe this is like the intro. This is just the summary. Okay. Again, I was choosing the comfort of myself over the comfort of those I have hurt. This is coming too late. Sorry, it's not nearly enough, and I am deeply sorry. True, a lot of people are like, where's the video? Which I do think a video will come, but I wonder, like, where is her video? Like, I would like to see exactly how she feels, and an Instagram story is a little bit too, like, low-key for kind of shading the whole LGBT community. Like, that community really does stand up for a lot of, like, makeup gurus and YouTubers in general. Okay. Learning how to be a good ally with a life will be a lifelong journey, but I want to listen to grow. Okay, it was a little cropped. Grow and to be better. Okay, I get that. I mean, I believe people have the opportunity to become better and to learn and to become informed. So I get it. I would love to. I would love to see her become that informed person. As far as personal things that have gone on between Spankie and I, ooh, here we go. A lot of things were shared or admitted without the full context, which does change some conversations, but I understand that even without full context, that doesn't make any less harmful today. Oh, okay, so she said, hold up, you guys didn't get half the messages of what I said, so I'm assuming she's going to be, releasing her half at some point. Um, little bit interesting. I'm like, okay, it's uncomfortable for me to get this personal online, but I understand my comfort has come at the detriment to others, so I need to address this. In short, we were very close at one point. I trusted her and we vented together, often about the beauty community. A lot of my insecurities and jealousy issues came through in deplorable ways that were said in anger and frustration. I was feeling bad for myself when I shouldn't have, and I aimed those feelings at those succeeding around me in an attempt to cope with my own problems. When I'm reading this, I'm like, oh, with Jeffrey and James. Like, literally, I can fill in the blanks with what she's talking about. With Spankie, I tried to console her in ways that I hoped would help when she was at a low point, and I looked for any upside I thought I could find. But I understand why I was ultimately selfish and way off the mark with how I tried to do that now. I missed her frustrations due to my own ignorance, and I wish I had been a better friend and a better listener. The truth is, I just did not know she felt most of those things until now, and it will take some time examining my own perspective and listening to learn how it got here, as my intent was never to hurt her. But again, I understand intent is not the end all. So I take responsibility for how badly my intent did not align with my actions. Okay. I'll consider that. I mean, I like that screenshot. We got a little bit more into depth. So now she starts to share a little bit of screenshots, but she's also going to like talk a little bit about the dark things. In 2018, 2019, I was going through my own dark things. She did not know about at times when I did not reply to her. It wasn't personal, and I alluded to this once, but never went into detail about it. Okay, so the times that Spankie reached out to Mykie and Mykie was really short and not responsive, she she says it was due to something dark in her life, and I wonder what that dark moment was. A lot of people think that Mykie has changed just with her fame, but also with her new relationship, and that maybe her man's is negatively influencing her. Um, okay. With regard to her, her the pain she's gone through, can't say that word. I reached out about them because of what's mentioned in this later text. I assume this was omitted for my privacy, but this was why. Her tweets impacted me as someone who struggled speaking about my own experiences because of the internalization of guilt she mentioned. I don't say this to garner sympathy. I just want to be abundantly clear that it helped me when I saw her tweets, which is why I asked if I could share the tweet. When she didn't reply, I did not share it. Okay, let's check out this tweet a little, or this screenshot a little closer. Ooh, it's blurry. I gotta put my glasses back on. Maybe this is a dumb question, but are you okay with people sharing your story? I would like to retweet to share it if it would help more people see it, but I also don't know if that's appropriate. In any case, I'm here to talk to you. I've been, through it as well, and I know some people can be really horrible about it. I'm always here to listen if you need an ear. So Mykie is showing everyone that she's not the awful friend that, Spankie is trying to make her out to be, that she actually has tried to stand up for Spankie in the past and to be there for her. But like, this is just one screenshot, and Girl made a whole hour-long video with a lot of receipts and good editing and good animation. So I don't know, I'm expecting a lot from Mykie when it comes to addressing some of the LGBT stuff, because I feel like she's not talking about her overall bias and her own morals and beliefs, and I would like to get there. I would like to get to that point. Ultimately, it is my fault that I didn't realize all the times I upset her over the years, and that I did not provide her an environment where she felt safe to discuss this. So please do not give her any hate. I would like to work it out privately if she wants to talk, and if not, I understand that as well. In my last text to her, I mentioned talking about what's going on when I saw she unfollowed me, and I didn't understand why. She did not reply. Ooh, interesting. So that is a little interesting that she didn't reply. It would be nice, like, if you want to be like an ethically moral person, you should just tell her. I thought Spankie told. My assumption was that Spankie told Mykie that she was making this video anyways, because a lot of times when you make a video about someone like this, you kind of give them a warning, but I guess she didn't. I only share this so you understand that I would like to listen to her and make apologies privately as well. I don't want to pester her if she didn't want to talk then, but with this now, I feel like I should try again. I am grateful she called me out on things I'm ashamed of from my past, because an apology was needed for that, and I know she just wants better for those who have hurt. I hope we can find some kind of resolution for everything else that has happened between us friends. I'm sorry to Spankie and the BIPOC and LGBT. There's our mention. I just had to read a novel to get to this part. I'm sorry to our people of color. She's also sorry to LGBT people and the community who were hurt by this, and I promise to do better moving forward. Wow, interesting. I'm like, I don't know how to feel, honestly. Like, do you guys feel resolved from this? Do we feel better? Do we feel like we accept her apology? Because I don't know. I don't want to be. I was a big fan of hers for some time, and I kept up with her work. I was subscribed until last night, where I unsubscribed because of the LGBT stuff. But dang, I don't know. I feel like this is just the intro to a video that I need to see where she actually talks about it and maybe share some more screenshots, but I also would encourage them to handle it privately if they want to. Sometimes getting people involved online is only going to make it worse or make it more toxic or even make it harder to come back from. So if they could go have their private moment, I think that would be great as well. So what do you guys think in the comments below? I think that if they can handle it privately offline, they should, but I also do think that Mykie's going to have to make a public video addressing some of the concerns around the LGBT stuff and, the insensitive towards race things. I just don't think an Instagram story is going to work, because a lot of people have unfollowed her and they didn't see that Instagram story and they're not doing this. So I think she needs to go on her biggest platform, YouTube, and do her response properly, not in an Instagram that was even kind of hard to read. Like, I feel like I still have so many more questions, and I do feel like they will be answered, and I feel like we could ask them now on social media. A lot of people are asking her these questions, so I hope she does put it all together and answer them in a video and kind of reassure us on why she's still a good person and why this is one big misunderstanding. Because again, as someone who is LGBT, I found her comments a little bit offensive, especially you guys knowing that YouTube really punishes people who are LGBT or trans or gay or anything. If you even mention those words, you have to go sign a form online and all this stuff. So it's very personal, and I just hope that Mykie learns from this and that she does better and that we can actually move on, because a lot of times the cancel culture just keeps on going and going and going. I don't know how deep this is going to go or what else is going to come out. Honestly, this could be a whole week of people just starting to speak up against Mykie. I don't know how many people she's been involved with in YouTube or talked to or talked crap about to. So it's going to be interesting to see this unfold, and I'm going to try my best to not be biased. But again, I can't like deny the fact that the LGBT stuff did hurt my feelings, and I don't know if I 100% accept her apology, but I think it's a good move, and I'm glad she's not like sitting on this, like waiting on it and ignoring it for months. Okay, she did an Instagram response, and maybe she'll even have a video out today, and if she does, I will review it and let you guys know what I think, because I think every single side of this whole situation should be considered. It's just the right thing to do. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to support my channel, I've got a PayPal listed below. No pressure at all. Subscribe to this channel and my other channel if you can, and I'll see you guys on Instagram at SL04N. Bye, guys.